B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I.
Emotional damage!
So let me give you some context on my playing level. I'm a complete amateur who started badminton way too late in life. I started playing badminton properly when I was at university. And yep, that's me. To give you even more context about how amateur I am in terms of my playing level, there's a grading system which Badminton England uses, which should technically tell how good a player you are. In England, we have 10 grades, starting all the way from A through to J. So here's just a quick reminder of my grade. To make things worse, I was injured back in October 2022, and that sucked big time, especially as I wasn't able to play any badminton at all. Rehab was made easier when you guys showed me so much support in the comment section, and I took a lot of strength and encouragement from that. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, and then I had COVID for the second time in early February. That wiped off anything I had built up during rehab, so it's full restart again. So when All England came around earlier this year, I was already good enough to be back on court, nowhere near the level I was at before I was injured, but I was able to play 1 or 2 games before needing to come off and have a rest. But because I was so inspired at the All England, I got so itchy that I really wanted to play, I then made this bold decision to look at all the remaining tournaments available through the end of the season and try and enter one. In England, which is where I'm based, there are multiple tiers of tournament on the national circuit. There are golds, silvers, bronzes, and copper series. I did find one, and it was till 9 weeks away when I hatched this amazing, or to be honest, crazy plan. It's a copper series tournament, so obviously the lowest tier tournament sanctioned by the Badminton England, which offer ranking and grading points. So I signed up, in singles only. So bearing in mind the last tournament I played was in November 2021, and so it's been quite a while. And obviously I've never won a badminton tournament regardless of level or tier, so it is something that I've been hoping to tick off my lifetime bucket list here. So in this Trying to Win series, I will take you along my journey of coming off an injury, my rehab process, training, recovery, as well as going through how big the differences are in standard of play within amateur badminton players. There are some incredible players out there who are not pros amongst us. In a later episode in this series, I test if the grading system accurately reflects the skill levels of the players I come up against. I got players from each grade, from A through to I, and we all played against each other.
For those of you that don't know who I am, yeah, I've made sure you guys know who I am today.
Would the A grade player be the best amongst us? Would I be the worst of the bunch, having been graded I? Stay tuned to find out.
We're having some grapes here to re-energize. I'd highly recommend this. This video is sponsored by grapes.
Finally, I will also take you through my first tournament of the season, and you can catch a glimpse of how amateur tournaments are run in England here. This series is going to be a raw and honest behind the scenes of how I try to balance everything in life alongside training for badminton. Just getting out of work now and going to the gym. It's a nice day, relatively late actually, but gotta do what you gotta do, keep training, let's go. I will share with you how I trained for the tournament, balancing on-court and off-court conditioning. If you're like me, an amateur player who is working full-time or even goes to school full-time, and you're trying to fit badminton into your already super packed schedule, welcome to the party. After all, I am no pro and I don't have the resource or access that they all have, and earned, by the way, and I'm obviously doing what I can to prepare for my tournament, and it's not going to be all pretty, so I hope this series can help you along your own badminton journey too. Remember to follow my Instagram account for the latest bits of what I'm up to, and even some nuggets of behind the scenes preparation too. In terms of my actual preparation, as I had 9 weeks before the tournament when I signed up, I needed to plan my training schedule accordingly. And in case you're wondering why I only signed up for singles, it is because of the number of sets I'll have to play on the day. As copper tournaments don't start with a knockout format, you'll be put into a box of 3 or 4 players. That means if I lose every single match in an official best of 3 sets to 21 points, I'll be required to play at least 4 sets at a minimum. It could be 6 sets if both matches go to 3 sets each. And to win the whole thing, you'll be expected to play at least 10 to 15 sets of badminton, all in a single day. And that's only one event. Double that if you're playing doubles, and hence you can see why I only stuck to singles, at least for now. As a baseline, I measured how many sets I was able to play before things started breaking down. At the full pace that I'd be wishing to play, I cannot even last a single set. At my usual level, I can do about 4 sets before things go out the window. So it's not great looking thus far, so in the next 9 weeks are going to be quite challenging. And in terms of on-court training, I was only able to get 1 session or 2 hours of coaching each week due to work and life commitments. Also, I needed to get stronger, faster and more resilient on-court too. So my training was mainly split into strength and conditioning in the gym, some form of endurance work and on-court training. 3 types of training which I'll aim to complete at least one of each week. Within my on-court training, a lot of the training is tailored towards my needs. For example, I realized after my first on-court training session that my deltoids were getting so tired by just having to raise the racket up all the time. So obviously I decided to add in the grip strength training into my daily routine. It's only a 5 to 10 minute routine each day. Additionally, I have turned my actual training plan, which I've done throughout this series, into these weekly planners, and you can download them for free on my website at ckyw.com/shop. This is my honest training plan for the first 3 weeks of my training. You will see that there are gaps in there because sometimes it's just not possible for me to train as I couldn't recover in time for the next session, not wanting to overdo training and getting risk of injury, or I just had no capacity. Life does get in the way sometimes, and that's the reality of it. I also added some personal notes on how training went that week, which I hope can help inspire or motivate you in your own training journey too. I would love for you to even join me on this journey. Download the training plan on our website at ckyw.com/shop, fill it out and tag me on Instagram so we can keep each other accountable. I have also included a blank version of the training planner, so feel free to happily adapt the training plan and make it work for you. You will also get a discount code as a little thank you after you've downloaded the training plan, which you'll be able to use in the CKYW store, especially for that all-important premium racket protection tape for your precious rackets. And finally, if this series has helped you enjoy your badminton a little bit more, then that's the best news for me. In the next episode in the series, I'll show you the training and recovery sections that I've done to prepare for the tournament. This will also include some gym work, some of the on-court training sessions, as well as some of the massage, as well as speaking to the physios that actually helped me recover during my injuries previously.
You get that pain again,
Yep.
and then you think, I need to rest again, and then it becomes a bit of a vicious cycle.
Yep.
Okay, so what we try to do is basically, if you're down at the bottom with the pain you're doing, gradually progress your load, so your strength back into your happy box, so then you're smiling again. Okay.
So remember to get subscribed for that, and I will see you in the next one. Emotional damage.